going on, everybody? You're watching the Bill and Frantz Show. There's Bill, there's Frantz, and they're hanging out in my brewery, Heavy Riff Brewing Company.
Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the show.
All right, here we are at the Heavy Riff Brewing Company. Our guest here today is Jerid Saffell.
How you doing?
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Welcome to
up?
Bill and
How you
Frantz
doing?
Show. So tell us about this brewery, basically, in a nutshell.
Sure. This is a microbrewery that's going to focus on high-quality craft beers. We'll do somewhere in the range of 30 to 40 different beers a year. Mm-hmm. And we're right in the middle of Dogtown. We have a beautiful space, and we're just going to try and make local beer that people really appreciate.
Cool. How did you decide to start this up?
Well, I was making pretty good money in the medical purchasing field. This is about 2007, 2008, and I came home one day and I said, babe, I can't do this anymore.
I've had enough.
I've had enough. And I'd been homebrewing for many years before that, and I said, I got an opportunity to start at the ground floor. It was a major pay cut. And my wife was very supportive, and she said, well, let's make sure that we can still keep our house. But she crunched the numbers and said, go for it. And from there, I started brewing at Mattingly Brewing Company, which was at Jefferson and Arsenal. It is now unfortunately closed. Mm-hmm. But from there, I got just smitten with the bug. And 4 or 5 different breweries later, I decided, I got to do my own thing. This is, making everyone's beer is fine, but making my own beer would be really terrific.
It's great to have that support.
So, yes, that's real cool. Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the dream.
This is the dream.
So, how long have you had the dream?
The dream to start my own brewery happened probably 2010, 2011. There was a period of time where my brother Justin and I didn't really get along all that well. We're competitive in sports and everything growing up, and you name it, we had to outdo each other. And he was really into home brewing or the craft beer thing, but he was always really into music, and I liked music, but I wasn't into it as much as he was. Okay. And it was Christmas. It was some sort of a family get together, and I brought over some beer, and he started drinking. He's like, this isn't too bad. We just actually had like a really friendly conversation, and from that it was like, I hate my job, and I'm like, I hate my job, and why don't we try and pool some talents and do this? And he had the vision for what we're going to do with all the music and doing a lot of things with really the decor and kind of the fun atmosphere, and I had the ideas and the know-how to brew the beer. Okay. And from there, a business plan started, and we had an investment group approach us, and that started out all great. Nice. And then when the investment group, they couldn't fulfill their end, we're like, well, we're going to dig down and figure out a way to do this. So it's been a year in progress, but we're finally close.
And those were the numbers that were crunched as well, the do-it-yourself part?
The do-it-yourself part was not crunched at first. That was when the guys had said, we're sorry, we really screwed up. We can't raise the money that you guys need. And we kind of left all disheveled, and I'm like, I'm not going to be upset about this. I'm going to do this my own way. And by doing that, we now have total control of our company. And it's been a much harder road and a few lost nights of sleep, but it's been worth it.
But greater risk hopefully yields greater success.
I think so.
There you go.
But that's hella cool, though, man. I love that investment group kind of just faded, but you were determined.
Sure.
I'm going to get this thing done. That's how you do it, man. That's how you make your dreams come true. Y'all watch the show.
So can you tell us more about the connection between the music and the beer?
Sure. We listen to a lot of vinyl, a lot of music, and there is so much that can be kind of played off of in terms of names for beers, and we get so inspired by musicians and what they do. Some breweries look to the culinary arts world, the cooking world, or even just the regular art world. But for us, we look at beer as being an art form and music being an art form, and we wanted to find a way to kind of make those connect. So a lot of our beers are named after songs from some of our favorite artists, or
such as?
Well, our American Pale Ale is called American Slang, and it's called that for a couple of reasons. Slang is obviously a term for something else, but used in kind of a non, standardized manner. But our Pale Ale has honey and orange peel in it, which is not typical for an American Pale Ale, but it still has that nice hoppy balance. And American Slang is a song from the band Gaslight Anthem, which is probably the first newer band that my brother and I have both liked in a very, very long time. So we like the name of the song, we like the song, we like the band. We were like, that's a good fit for our Pale Ale.
When you said American Pale Ale, I immediately thought of that, a song, American Pale Ale, stay away from me. But that wouldn't be very positive.
No, that doesn't generate as much business, I don't think.
Let's take a break and come back and talk some more.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Great curiosity, outstanding work, out in the world where mysteries lurk. Do your best always because you are great. You will achieve every goal that you make.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We're back, and we still have Jerid right here. We're going to get into this conversation. And now, Vinyl Night.
Vinyl night.
What is Vinyl Night, man?
So most people have progressed on from vinyl to MP3s or at least CDs. But I find, and especially my brother finds, that there's a lot of magic listening to a record all the way through. Having the piece of artwork, the physical copy, there's just something a little different about listening to the same songs on vinyl. And we wanted to hopefully bring people into that. And there are people who have great vinyl that I've never heard before, and great old albums. So I think we're going to do it on Monday nights, but one night a week you can bring in your vinyl. We'll play an entire side and let the people kind of listen to some new tunes.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Going back to the old school. That's
Old school, absolutely.
All
Absolutely, I like it.
All right, and here we are. This place is still under construction. You can see the background is obviously this is going to will soon point in the near future be a fully stocked bar, at least fully stocked with your own brews.
Absolutely.
And there's going to be decorations everywhere, rock and rollers and things like that.
We have all of our decorations will be old original concert posters.
Sweet.
So a lot of breweries I've been to many, and a lot of them are decorated, which is totally fine with a lot of beer paraphernalia, things like that. And I was like, well, it doesn't really work for us. We need something cool, but we also didn't just want to put up a picture of Jimi Hendrix just for no reason. Just he's just there.
Right,
it's like, well, why is Jimmy there? How about the concert that he played in, I don't know, just whatever, in Seattle in 1966? Like, that's way cooler. It's a piece of history. It's something to look at and read. And so as you go through the place, you'll have something else to look at while you're enjoying your pint.
Okay, great. And the goal, it's hard to do, we don't necessarily get it, but we're going to try, is to be open by...
We're going to try for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to try as hard as we can. At the very least, we'll have some suds that we'll sell in the parking lot, at least meet people. If it's not St. Patrick's Day, we're talking within a week or so afterwards. Everything's been submitted. We're just waiting on the government, the bureaucracy that goes on there to give us some of our paperwork back. But we're going as full steam ahead as we can.
That's cool. And the reason they're doing that, I'm assuming, is that St. Patrick's Day, we are in downtown Dogtown, which is basically Clayton and Tam, in St. Louis City. And there's a very big very big parade every year here in Dogtown. There's actually, usually the St. Louis City has two St. Patrick's Day parades, one usually on a Saturday and one on the actual day. The one on the actual day is the bigger one that's in Dogtown. And
that one's run by the Ancient Order of the Hibernians, which is a group of very, very Irish and Irish-loving folks, and they do a really great job with it. This area was settled mostly by Irish immigrants when it first started to come into its existence, and the World's Fair helped to also build it back up. So there's a lot of history in this town, and there's never been a brewery here. As much drinking has gone on around here,
That's hard to believe.
It is, right? And I looked through and contacted some folks who do a lot of historical stuff in this area, and they're like, no, there's never been a brewery. I'm like, oh, cool. We'll be the first.
Harry Riff Brewing Company. And when Jerid get it open, you come visit. We're gonna get this thing popping. I want to drink too, Jerid.
Absolutely.
I want to try that beer, man.
Not a problem.
all right. So we're going to touch it just a little bit. I don't know if you guys are interested in this or not, but and there's some Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans who sometimes they want to kill each other, sometimes they like each other. Well, in this modern world of partisan politics, everybody's favorite president, Barack Obama, somehow accidentally combined the two, or was it accidental, by talking about using a Jedi mind meld. And if you're a Trekkie or a whatever you call a Star Wars fan, there's the Vulcan mind meld, and then there's the Jedi mind trick, and they're different things. And he fused them, which people are up in arms. But do you guys know about this?
I hadn't heard about that.
It's a tiny little stupid blooper. Anyway, so the idea is that the Vulcan mind meld is a Vulcan guy goes up and puts goes like this, his fingers, and you absorb each other's thoughts. And then the Jedi mind trick is something where you go, you will do what I ask you to.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Exactly.
I think it's just a silly thing that obviously, is taken out of context, it's like, maybe he's just trying to bridge the gap.
Right.
Between he's trying to bring the Trekkies together and the Star Wars guys together, and that start with those guys. He figures once he makes peace with them, we can actually get worried about other things like, I don't know, the budget.
Well, I'll say this, Obama, we forgive you. Okay, we know you messed up. We know you didn't know what you were talking about, but it's okay. I guess that's how politics works.
Well, my conclusion is, they're saying all the nerds are all up in arms, and what does it say about Obama? He's just not that big a nerd, even though he does wear mom pants. So I think we'll wrap it up now. Once again, thank you, Jerid.
Hey, no problem. Nice to meet you guys. Absolutely.
Hey man, it was cool.
Keep your eyes out for the Heavy Riff Brewing Company.
Yes.
Maybe St. Patty's, maybe a week after. Either way,
Right.
come to Dogtown.
Absolutely.
Jerid's Specialty Beer, man. Come out, taste the beer, enjoy the music, have a good time on the Bill Frantz Show.
That's how we do it.
All right.